Yeah, you can question why he's doing that or why not. But for me, I'm just like, if I was Biden, I would absolutely do the same thing that he has done. If I feel like there is a need for me to do that, so yeah, I think
That's the excellent point. This is the point. Like, so basically, Biden is telling us. For some reason, President Donald Trump has to be the most newsworthy president that the US have had in a long time. Like, forget being the opposition or conspiracy. The fact that he does so much, he acts a lot. There's so much to discuss news-wise. Like, everything he promised his supporters, basically, he has come in and he has said, I'm going to do everything regardless of the democratic process. And I say this not in the sense that he's going behind the democratic process, but more like he does everything in his absolute power as a president within democracy to do what he has promised his constituency or his supporters. And since he has been inaugurated, there's been so much that has happened. Yeah, so much. Yeah, I mean, it's starting from the moment he got inaugurated. You know what? Let's chronicle it differently. The first thing is, we haven't discussed the Joe Biden's family pardon. So let's talk from the past, yeah? The ex-president, on his last day in office, decided to give a blanket pardon to his entire family members. So he basically just said, we don't have to know if they have committed a crime. If they accept this pardon, it doesn't mean they have committed a crime. But for every non-violent criminal offense that they might or might not have committed in the past XX years, they are forgiven. They are pardoned. What are your thoughts about this?
yeah, I feel like there's no other way to go about it, right? That level of power. I feel like, yeah, you absolutely, you have the right as a president to do that. And I mean, I feel like people are saying a bunch of negative stuff about that. Yeah, you can question why he's doing that or why not. For me, I'm just like, if I was Biden, I would absolutely do the same thing that he has done. If I feel like there is a need for me to do that, so yeah, I think
That's the excellent point. This is the point. Like, so basically, Biden is telling us, I don't need to. I'm just doing it. Yeah? Them accepting this does not mean they have committed a crime. We don't know if there's a crime out there that they might get arrested for one day or the other. But for whatever it is, as long as it's non-violent, they are pardoned. And this is where it's tricky for me. I think if I was the president and I actually have a family member that carried out a criminal activity or whatever, I might give a pardon. Yeah, because you have the power in that moment. It's the last time you will have that power, especially for someone of Biden's age. I might give a pardon and say, you know what, I forgive you. This is some of the benefits of having your family in the presidency. But to say you haven't done anything, I don't think you've done anything. I don't see that you've done anything, but I forgive you either ways. That's heavy, you know.
it's like Jesus.
That's
Yeah,
exactly. Like
Jesus is like, your future, your past sins have been forgiven.
exactly. Like exactly. That's the thing. I'm the president, and I wash away all your sins of the past, as long as you haven't been violent.
The past is even of the future, as long as you keep worshiping me. That's the Christian thing, right? Like, even the future
exactly.
sins have been forgiven.
Exactly. I find that very interesting. But I mean, I think we're more on the same page. Well, he has the power to do so. He knows his reasoning behind doing that. I think there's something suspicious, and we will find out. I think time always tells, right? At some point, we'll realize what they did within that period that he gave them this blanket pardon for. At some point, I mean, we're not in a Hollywood movie. It probably doesn't happen that we know at some point. But there is a 50-50 chance that whatever it was, it will come to light. It will come to light, yeah?
I don't think so. Well, let's see.
I don't think so, right? Yeah. But I feel like he must be worried that there's a probability that it does.
Yeah.
And that's why doing that practically just made it our business. I don't know if this makes sense. Yeah. So if there is absolutely no risk that it becomes public information, whatever they might have done, I don't think he would have done the pardon. They weighed the risk.
Yeah, it's just like, about I can, so why not? We don't know what the future holds. But I see myself as this is the last top tier power, like at least this level of power that I would have, and let me just do it. He's just someone who sees like, okay, yeah, this is a one-way trip now. I'm not coming back to this. Like, what else can I do? You know?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that makes sense. It could just be that he did it for that reason as well. Which, yeah, why not? Who can stop him? It's still, again, as I said at the beginning, within the democratic process.